to take a plane to another plane, to another plane, to another plane, bumping Baka not nice while I'm trapping in the rain.
Like taking it pretty serious here, but now like I don't know, people are driving, people aren't. There's like people all over the place. It's like
Really?
I'm just gonna close my Facebook. One sec. All these beeping.
Yeah, no worries. I just hit record anyway. So yeah, let me do the little intro. This is Ezza Trips Balls. This is episode number 8. It's a goddamn pleasure to have the motherfucking legend, the epitome of Vancouver himself.
That's you,
Mr.
man. You the legend, bro.
Thank you, man. Thank you. You're the real legend. Freelance Flint in the fucking, not in the building. He's outside. He's in the great outdoors on the West Coast.
We're doing some grilling. We got a ghetto ass barbecue, so we burning all last summer's gunk off.
Breaking it out for the first time, eh?
Yeah, all that nasty ass shit, a couple bugs and shit, got burn it off.
Yeah, well, it'll be good once you do that.
That's the room, man. That's from the music video. Is that the same room? That's the bedroom?
Yeah, man. That's the room, man. It's the studio
Big
too.
Vibes. That's tight, bro. Super
Yeah,
vibes.
it's everything here. Yeah, man. Absolutely. I do it all here still.
Fuck, I got fucked up fucking, I think it was 2 nights ago. I got super fucked up. It was like 5 a.m. and I was like, bro, I gotta do that verse.
I figured you were on the level that night, man. That was funny.
Yeah, I was on one that day for sure. Maybe on 2.
Yeah, well, I'm glad because you were just like, yo, send me an open verse. And I'm like, I don't think I have anything. And then I just went randomly looking through my sessions and found this fucking song. Yeah, like I don't even remember doing it.
When I'm like fucked up and it's like 3 or like even 2, you'll usually be online because like I take it you wake up kind of early or something like that. Is that
true? Yeah, I wake up super early.
You up and I'm still awake, but not realizing that like, damn, this nigga just woke up and like probably it's not like on my level right now. I'm just like, yo, bro, taping me paragraphs and shit.
It works though because like for me, like I start work at 6 a.m. but I get up at like 4 because like I don't know, I find the morning is like a good creative time for me anyway because it's like it's just me awake. It's like there's nothing else going on. Everything's quiet. So I get.
Sorry. You're 4 hours. You're 4 hours ahead or
3 hours? 3 hours. So right now it's 8:30. It's 5:30 for you, I believe. Yeah. So fucking yeah. So I'm up at like 4 in the morning, and it's like 1 for you. I think the other day we were talking around 5, and it was like 2 for you. 5:30. Yeah. I was like, yeah, but I'm in the zone usually at that time too. Maybe not quite on the level that you were, but that's like the time that I like start thinking of shit and thinking of songs and like I start writing and practicing shit. So it was kind of perfect timing that we linked up at that time anyway. So hey, it always turns out good when we do link up, man.
Yeah, bro. Fuck us, the whole crew, man. I always got mad love for you guys, man, and you especially, bro. You've been super killing it. I was kind of telling you that day, but I guess I'll tell you again just for the sake of the podcast and for everyone else, bro. But yeah, like big ups, RP Chuck 90s. He's a big goat. Fucking, he kind of fucking, he just saw things before other people seen things. He was just like he had that third eye was open. And he was just
big time.
And he always showed me love, like more love than I even like would give myself, or like even like maybe even seen my vision before I even realized what it was. And then like unfortunately, God rest his soul. He passed on us, but I know I wasn't too close with you at the time. I was obviously aware of you, and I was aware of everybody, obviously, and like we interacted, but I was just like talking to the big homie. But then like after his unfortunate passing, I was like connecting with you and stuff. Like not to say like you're the leader or anything, but you took the torch and you ran with it, and you kept the homies inspired, and I know Martin was always holding it down too, trying to give everyone arts and push everybody. But like you really took the torch and you ran with it, bro. And you and like carry your team and inspire your team. And I definitely saw it, and I saw it from afar too. I was just like, whoa, like I just seen the constant like leveling up and just dope. And everyone put out a solo project and shit, and it's the fucking group project. I was like, dude, this shit's hard, bro. Even you putting me on your projects, bro. Like I really appreciate that.
Yeah, bro, and I appreciate you hopping on too, and like everything you just said, man. Like I said, it started from, I mean, you and Chuck validated each other a lot by, I think you saw his vision and he saw your vision, but
Yeah, yeah.
that's what he
We're
was
like,
really known and loved for, was like seeing the potential in other people before they saw it in themselves and started being like, holy shit, you're the shit, you know what I mean? And you were
yeah.
one of those
'Cause even
people
like
that,
music, or sorry to cut you off, but the music you listen to, like aside from local, but just like underground shit that he posts, he'd always be posting the shit like, let's see, like Mac Miller, and that like they're just like I could name so many people where
that
like
ended up
eventually,
becoming huge
yeah,
after, right?
yeah, a year or two later, it was like the shit, you know?
He was on it. So like, and you were one of the people that he came back to when he came back home. He was like, you were one of the first people he put us on as like somebody that we would all love and fuck with.
Yeah,
um so he would always say how, like, you showed mad love, he showed you mad love, and like, when those few times that I would talk to you, just knowing that you saw the vision, and seeing like the way that you were moving out there and the type of shit that you were accomplishing out there, just knowing that you saw his vision, was great to see, right? And then after his passing, to connect with you like we did, and really talk about it and really see that, like, for me it was like especially mind-blowing to see somebody out there really seeing the vision the way that you began to see it. And then, like I
yeah,
said, that ended up transferring over to what you saw in me as well. And I always saw what you were doing and like admired the fuck out of that. So it's like, holy shit, man, to have that validation, especially in the wake of losing my friend, like, really meant a lot, man, and still continues to mean a lot. So, and now every time, like, you're legit one of my favorite rappers, bro. Like, I honestly mean that when I say that. Like, I love the way you fucking rap. I really, really love it. And what people probably sleep on about you is you're fucking lyrical as fuck too. So it's like you're one of the ones that can hop on any kind of beat and fucking
yeah.
do some hype shit, do some amp up shit, some club shit, some like swag shit, or you can hop on some real hip hop shit, and you're gonna come
Yeah,
correct, bro, and like in every possible way. And yeah, I've been fucking with you, man. So the fact that you fuck with me, hey, it's
yeah, no,
it's all the better.
it was kind of weird. Like I kind of like, because I did the music. I had like, if I guess for those that don't know, I might as well break it down. But like, I came up in a group, Money Hungry. It was like me and three other homies. They're all a bit older than me, and we were kind of doing the thing, the local circuit, the local shows, and opening up for whatever, just doing what you do as a local artist. Put out a couple projects, but my homies got a little older, and they're just kind of like, just we're kind of like, I don't know if this is for me or whatever, but I was like, fuck it, I've invested so much into like this brand or like group, Money Hungry, whatever. And don't get me wrong, the homies are all still involved, like in many ways, but I was like, bro, I'm still rapping, bro. This is like my only pastime. Like, I don't play soccer, like do shit like that I did as a kid, but I still rap. That's like, it's like my favorite pastime or whatever. But just like exploring the business of it, it's like I started making clothes, and then I was like, fuck, like this, I can make this shit cheaper if I print the clothes myself. So I got into printing, and then kind of got consumed by that. And then like I was like, oh, you need to take pictures of this shit. So I bought a camera, and then I got consumed by that. And like it wasn't a bad thing. I learned a lot, and like connected a lot of like dots, and connected with people I wouldn't normally connect with based on being like more than just a rapper. Like you're like, oh, he does this and he does that. But it took me until like a year ago, or a bit, like maybe a bit more than a year ago, where I was like, yo, I forgot, like, why am I even doing this shit? It was like, because I'm like a cheap fuck, and I wanted to make my shirts cheaper for my rap, or I wanted to make my music videos or pictures cheaper because I'm just a hood nigga. Like, but then I was like, it was all for my rap though, and I just kind of like neglected that for a few years, and so I had to like, bring it back to the roots, and like why I was even doing all this was like for the music.
Yeah, well, it's been fucking great hearing you come back with some new singles, man. Like, you've been killing it, and like obviously you killed it in every other hustle too. So like, me being somebody who is a fan of your music and your rap, obviously I was gonna support you no matter what you did.
Yeah,
But but I was worried deep down, like, is this motherfucker gonna not make music anymore? Is he gonna quit?
Yeah.
Like, and that's another reason why I always had to send you features. Like, I have to make sure this motherfucker keeps
bro,
rapping, man.
honestly, you're like the only guy. Like, even on Spotify until last month when I dropped my first song, it was Ezza. That was it. That's the only way you could find my shit. It was like on a feature with you.
Yeah, and I was so proud of that too. But I'm even happier that you came back with some
Oh,
more
fuck,
solo shit. So.
I mean, the new one's super sick, but OG, bro, OG is fucking hard. That night, actually, when I was going home, I was playing OG, and I was like, fuck, we both killed this song.
Man, we got to find a way to do a video for that in our respective quarantines, man. Like, I know you got some decent equipment. Like, I got a pretty good camera guy. Like, we got to come up with some creative way to, like, do a video for OG, because that's like, people love that song, man.
Yeah, it's hard, bro. It's super hard.
Yeah, that's like my only issue is, like, I hate, like, we can't ever do, like, visuals for the songs that we make, you know, until I come out there sometime. But, like, that one needs one.
So many times, like, bro, I'm going to Niagara one day. And I'm just, like,
you have to, man.
For a week. Like, I'm just gonna like sleep on your couch, and we're just gonna fucking
create,
you're gonna
bro.
fall in sick for a week, and we're just gonna crank it out, you know?
Yeah, man. Have you ever been out this way at all?
Never really been like anywhere east, to be honest. I'm kind of like a West Coast guy. Not that I haven't want to. I'm like, I hate the cold. So, but although I know it's not always cold, but yeah, I just haven't made my way out there. I want to. I'm like the type of guy is like, I like to. If I'm not gonna do it right, then I just don't do it at all. So it's like,
no, I respect that.
like,
You definitely have to do it right.
I do come out there. It's like, I want to come meet up, film videos, but do songs with all the homies, like fucking see the spots, eat the food. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
100%. It's like kind of like when you came to Vancouver, right? It's like, shit, you ain't gonna come here unless you're gonna like post up with Kirby, do it big,
exactly.
go to the island, come to the block party. Like, you gotta do it right.
Yeah, man, absolutely. One of these days we'll make it happen, man. But yeah, you definitely gotta do it in the summer because our winters are fucking bunk, but our summers are hot. Like, it's funny, like, when I went to Van in the summer, everybody was complaining about the heat, and I'm like, man, this is not even hot. So it's like our winters are colder, but our summers are also hotter, and we got the humidity though. That's the problem. You got that nice
colder, like right now. I kind of thought you guys would be nicer at the moment than us.
April's like a toss-up for us, man. Like, some Aprils are like beautiful spring, like, high teens, and some Aprils are fucking like today, like 0, 0 through 3 all day. Like,
one thing I've been meaning to bring up, like, how coincidence do you think it is that legal dispensary named itself H.O.M.E?
Oh my God, man.
How crazy is that, bro?
The worst thing ever. And the funny thing is, like, I obviously looked up that company and shit, and they're from out there. They're from like out west. And they decided to, like, try to go for the lottery in Ontario for their opening up stores, because I think they allowed 40 stores or something like that at first. And this company in BC decides to go for the Ontario lottery, ends up getting one of the 40 stores, and makes it in Niagara, and fucking calls it H.O.M.E, bro.
Dude, I
unbelievable, man. You know how many people were like, yo, you guys have a store? I wanted to just be like, yeah, we got a store.
Other schemes like the N lit fucking turquoise and shit. Like,
it kills me, bro. Like, come on, man. Unbelievable. But I still haven't been there, honestly.
Yeah, no, it's all good. You know what the plug is. You know what it is.
Already, bro. I got something in the mail.
I seen your name. Never mind. We won't talk about that. But
yeah, we don't need to talk about that. There. I don't know. I don't know what you want to talk about or not talk about, but I know you got. It's cool. Like, I just find you so fascinating. As like, I know some of the different hustles you have going on, but I'm like, how did this motherfucker get into this? Like, even something like the slump. Like, I don't even know what's going on with that. Is that still happening? Like that lead syrup?
I've just been slacking just with the manpower of me being one person and just delegating tasks to the right people and like learning this person's good for this and that. But yeah, it's still going. Honestly, just like it's basically just like rap, man. I like that OG type of rap, and especially like the older guys who have like kind of like transitioned out of rap, but like still managed to like not fucking get taken out, like you got Nori with the Drink Champs, and you know, Jadakiss, Chic Loose, they got the juice bars and all that, but like they always like adapted, but like we're still like able to be like spit a 616 or whatever. Even that's like kind of my problem. It was like shit, I could drop a hot ass verse, but like shit, to make 3 verses and a hook, like that's a little difficult, you know. But shit, I mean, for 16, I'll give you the sickest 16 you ever heard. But
it's so
finish
funny.
the whole song, but like just following like that OG route, just and it's like I just like the music. It's like it's a bit different now because you've been in the game as long as I have been. Where it's like there was the YouTube, like when I first came out, like YouTube just came out, so it was like all about like making a music video or like kind of shitty. Like you had like your Canon fucking Rebel,
Yeah.
fucking made a video or whatever. But then like SoundCloud was the wave, and then you could kind of like put your shit on iTunes, like to buy it on iTunes, and all of a sudden streaming came out. But like within all that, like you finally figure it out, and then the shit changes on you, and then you're like, fuck, like now I got to learn this new shit, and also like the beats and like the styles and everything changes. So it's like,
yeah, man,
like all like you're kind of comfortable and you're getting used to the shit, and all of a sudden it's like boom, like trapped out now, or boom, electrode out now, like boom, mumbled rapped out, like not that it matters because like we're always us and we just spit how we spit, but like still like got to be on top of like the sounds and the platforms and like
totally, man. You have to be relevant, you know, and you can do like a mix of things, you know.
And then I feel like it's steadied out now. Like I feel like it's like pretty like it is like how it is it is what it is. Like for the next time being, like I can't imagine like what the next how do you be streaming? Like what's gonna beat that, right? Like,
yeah, it's pretty well organized, right? Like and everybody kind of gets paid, albeit not very much, and they're probably working on ways to make it more. But what can you say, right? Like SoundCloud and YouTube, you were either not getting paid at all or getting paid a little bit, you know, unless you hit it off real big on YouTube, and then you can make a lot of money, right?
Manipulate it and engineer it to like you get popping, and that's dope too. But yeah, it's tricky. It's weird, man. Just like learning, and I'm like we're all you, me, and the whole all our crews. We're like independent guys. We're like we like to just figure this shit out ourselves. So like, it could maybe sacrifice some points and like had some other guy figure it out and probably got ripped off like in doing all that, hired some janky manager. But I was like, no, I like figuring this stuff out. And then also, you know, you got the little homies or even big homies that rap, and you can kind of just drop game on them too. Not even that I know all the game, but whatever game I figure out, I'm just like, bro, like I just figured this out. Like that's how you get on this playlist. This is how you do this. Like blah, blah, blah. Like figuring out you create a machine, you know, a little system for yourself, and then
absolutely. And a lot of, I mean, this shit is harder to figure out and harder to navigate than SoundCloud and YouTube were, you know, like this whole streaming services and whatnot. So like, yeah, 100%. Like people like us who are independent and want to sort of, rather than just pay somebody to do it, learn it ourselves. There's a lot to learn, and there's a lot to pass on to people who don't either want to take the time or have the time or aren't that type of person to even think about trying to learn that shit, you know?
I even kind of had a thing where like I always try to like, well, I still do record myself, but you know, I dabble in the mixing and the mastering a little bit, but like just like people are just coming up with such quality these days that I was like, I got to the point where I was like, you know what, I gotta just like pay the guy, get it mixed, get it mastered properly to compete with like the level of quality and like just shit that's coming out these days. I was like trying to do too much, you know. I was like, I just gotta like worry about spitting the best shit I can spit and like let the next guy figure out. Not to say that's everyone's route, because some people can. I believe you mix yourself, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, like I do. I do all my own mixing and mastering and shit.
And like you figure it out what works for you, but for me it's like I could mix someone else's track, but for my own shit I would just like sit there forever and have it sounding decent and twist a bunch of knobs and fuck it right up, and I was just like, oh man, like I just get
that does happen to me. That does happen to me too. It fucking, you do lose your mind a little bit when you mix yourself as opposed to mixing somebody else. That is for sure. but I still do it.
Doing my voice for hours. I'm just like, I don't know, it still sounds trash. Like, fuck.
Yeah, and then somebody else does it, and you're like, all right, I can live with this, you know. But yeah, no, for me, it's just a matter of like, I haven't. It's just always been easier for me to do it that way. Even when it was low, even when I wasn't able to do it as good. Well, Chuck used to do it a lot, which was
I
great.
was gonna say the big homie, he was always about that. I mean, that's how I met him, is actually he was going to school in Vancouver at Art Institute for music. And
Yeah.
so he was definitely very knowledgeable, and I'm sure like shared a lot of game on you guys.
Yeah, exactly. And that really helped a lot, obviously. And but he was kind of doing everything for a while. And like there was some stuff that I mixed myself, you know, especially while he was living out there. I wasn't really sending him stuff to mix. I would mix it pretty much everything myself, and like maybe send it to him for one final like master or whatever. But when he came back home, he was recording and mixing everybody, right? Because he came back with all that knowledge from out there. And of course, he did have a lot to teach us too. What's that?
He was doing the filming too, right? Like,
yeah, dude, and he was doing everything under pseudonyms.
Like, you just see a new name and you'd be like, "Yo, look, who the hell is this Quintaro Films nigga or whoever the fuck? That's probably some kid or whatever." It was like, "No, that was Chuck, yo."
Yeah, exactly. It kills me, and people still to this day don't know. Like, he had like 2 different producer names. He had the film name. He had the rap name. He had like 3 different alter egos for the rap name. Guy was out of his mind, man, and just nonstop and did everything.
He was so crazy that back in the day, everyone we was all like we was on the like the Comelin and like the London drugs lean and shit. And then I was like talking to him about that, and he's like, "Bro, like don't drink that shit. Like don't. This isn't the recipe that he said. I don't recall it. But he's like, bro, you just take like the Robitussin, you crush the fucking Tylenol, you do this and that, and it's like the real deal. Like never mind the London drugs. Like this equals that." And I was like, "Whoa, you're crazy, bro."
Yeah, he was unapologetically himself at all times. No matter like he just was so everything he did was just so him. But it was crazy like when he passed, then having to fucking like I knew how to kind of mix, but not on his goddamn level. I still can't fucking do a video, you know what I mean? So like it really has been humbling these last fucking 5 years now. Like still to this point, still not being able to pick up all the slack, you know, it's wild how much that guy did. Like even as far as networking, like all my network is still people I met through him for the most part. Like I have a lot of people I did on my own, but you know, all you guys.
Shit he's still doing, you know, like he's still like the energy and the essence is still flowing. Like,
yeah, man. I mean, that's why we're here doing this right now, you know.
Even like I fuck with the Noise Boys. They come through my studio. Well, like I got my homie Ira Evan. He's like, well, I used to go by Aster Beats. He was like my producer back in the day, and then I think he got so sick of recording people and telling people to like be like, "Yo, try it like this, try it like that." Like, he's like, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna try it out like that." And I eventually started spitting, and he's gone pretty nice. But
so Ira Evan is Aster.
Yeah, that's
oh
Aster
fuck,
Beats.
bro, that's crazy, dog. I had no idea. Yeah. I remember the name Aster Beats from back in the day, bro.
Yeah, man, that's the big homie and fucking and plus yeah, but the Noise Boys, they're the homies, and they always got nothing but love for Chuck, and
oh yeah,
I know we share a lot of stories, and especially Devlin, you know.
Oh my god, man, yeah. Even the very first time I came to Van, I just hung out with Chuck and like Devlin hung out pretty much the whole time, like, and Kirby, and that's how I ended up so close with all those boys. Like the very first time I came. Yeah, Curb's definitely gonna check this out. So big shout out to Curb. Yeah, he's one of the main people that's always like.
We gotta get him on more verses, bro. Kirby was nice, man. Super.
I was almost thinking of getting him on, of extending the beat me and you just hopped on and getting him on that. But yeah, I don't know what his recording situation is right now, so we'll see. And it's already a pretty long song, so maybe not that one. But yeah, we got to get him on something, bro. Because
I always tell the homies, like I always have homies like, "Yo, bro, like let me on this song." I'm like, "Bro, we could literally just make." You know, that's what we do. Let's make another one. Like,
yeah, it's so true. I always have to stop myself and be like, no, I don't need to extend this one. Like, I fucking gonna make more songs, man.
I've kind of been doing the short songs too. Like, two verses and a hook. Like, it's kind of hard to like 3 verses is pushing it sometimes.
It blows my fucking mind that songs used to be 3 verses. Like that's so long. Like even most mainstream songs now are 2 verses and a hook. Rap songs anyway. Like sometimes there'll be like a little bridge in there or something extra, but like I think the beats are slower now or something. Like I go back to some older beats and I'm like, fuck, this song is fast, bro. I got like a juvenile slow motion and I'm expecting it to be slow and it's fucking fast, bro. I'm like, fuck. I think the beats are just slower now. Maybe that's why like you can only fit in 2 verses, but like most of my songs now are 2 verses and a hook. Like I can't even imagine doing 3 most of the time. It's like what, 3?
I'm not even bad too. I like write like a 32 and then just like, oh fuck, like now
you're great for that. You're fucking great for that. That's one of the things I fucking love about you is your lack of structure. Even I think on your
song, I was like, I don't know when the beat ends, so I'm just gonna like rap till I think the beat sounds like it ends. Like,
I fucking love it, and that's why I gave you that that part on OG, because it's just like it's just the end of the beat. I'm like, he's just gonna kill the entire rest of this beat. I know he's gonna do it. It's gonna be perfect. And then of course you did it. And then, but yeah, like I love that you don't give a fuck about structure, and that's one of the things about you that's inspired me. There's a lot about your style that has inspired my style in just sort of being more loosey goosey with like when I pause and when I like come back onto the beat and like I don't know, you just do a lot of funky shit, man, but you still stay proper with the bars, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I used to like I was like a hip hop guy growing up, and then it took me a while to like learn how to like say less with more because I was trying to say too much, you know, just trying to cram so much in there. But I wasn't really like a fast rapper guy, but I was still trying to say too much and too little. So
yeah,
now I'm just like shit. I try to say like 4 words in a bar and just try to like
exactly.
get the point across.
I feel like I'm such a better, like I've gotten so much better at like breath control and flowing and shit like that because I'm not trying to say so much anymore, you know, like and figuring out how to say things.
Hit the gas sometimes and go onto a little pocket real fast, but then hit the brakes and bring it back.
Yeah, and the other thing is that I love is like punchlines aren't so in your face anymore. Like for example, even on the one you just sent me when you're like limoncello with these yellow hoes, right? Like back in the day that wouldn't have been said so simply. Like but the way you said it so simply, like you have to kind of think about that, and when you get it you're like, oh yeah, that's funny, right? But like back in the day, you would have had to say something like you would have had to make a whole bar out of that and like have it land. You know what I mean? It's like you can make sort of punchlines that are just sort of snuck in now, and you're really fucking good at that too. That's another thing you're great at is just sort of sneaking in really clever bars without like being super in your face about it. You know, be like I'm doing this like a this or like a, you know what I mean? Those classic. Like simile style punchlines, like you don't really hear those anymore. Everything's way more like cleverly worked in.
Yeah, no, it's trippy. It's funny because like one person told me recently, he's like, bro, like you're the craziest storytelling rapper, and I was like, buddy, I've never even thought of myself as that because I'm just like keeping it real. Like it's not I ain't telling those stories. I'm just like following that OG rap formula of like being yourself, keep telling just speaking what's real to you, and that, like by saying what's real doesn't mean like, oh, you gotta be gangster or hard. It's just like what's real to you personally.
Yeah,
you know? Well, that's why I like your shit. It's like it's honest and like I just like I feel it. Like I could tell it's like from the chest and the heart. You know.
Yeah, appreciate that. Yeah.
Like, you know, not say like all this harsh, hard, crazy shit, but it's just like you're just being honest to yourself, and like I don't know. For me, even when I record music, I don't even the engineer. He's like, "Yo, you want to hear yourself?" And I'm like, "Nah, mute that shit," because I'm like, bro, I know it. I know it in the chest. If that's the take, like, and that was the one. Like, it's got to feel right in the chest. Like, I don't care what it sounds like in the headphones. I just know, like, ooh, that felt good in the gut. You know?
Yeah, man, it's got to feel right. You know when you hit it. You know when you hit it.
Plus, you got that shitty ass computer, be all latency'd out. I'm like, bro, just mute that shit. This shit's like all off time. Like my computer's fucking
the worst.
Logic's about to overload. Like, man, just mute all that shit.
Yeah, when you get the delay and shit, and you try to you're trying to not hear yourself. There's like a split second delay. Like, oh, it's the fucking worst, man. Fuck all that. Yeah. You'll know.
I see
You'll
you
know.
got I'm assuming I seen like you've been doing a lot of songs with like I'm familiar with like Jarrell and Daryl and Martin and even Frank, Doug, the homie Doug. He was doing the videos for you for a bit, but I seen you got I don't know if they're like new homies or like new artists or maybe they're not H.O.M.E game, but you're just fucking with them. Like there's Lil Nucci and a couple other cats who've been killing it. I'm not too familiar with them, but I'm familiar with them through you. And
Yeah.
they've been killing it too. I'm not sure if they're like in the squad or not, but they've definitely been killing it.
Yeah, we try to look out for new people around here as well to sort of like, yeah, I don't know. The whole in the squad thing's complicated with like H.O.M.E gang because like, yeah,
It's the
the
same
whole
with MH. Like, the whole community is H.O.M.E gang,
exactly.
MH.
That was the original philosophy, right? But then like after Chuck passed and we started getting all these shows, it was like sort of vague, like who was performing. So we were performing as H.O.M.E gang, and it became that group of like 3 or 4 people that when people were going to see us live, they were expecting like me, Daryl, Jarrell, Rebel to be
Yeah,
performing as H.O.M.E gang, right? And then we would occasionally have other guys come up and do verses or whatever, but they didn't have a lot of songs. So then when we did the H.O.M.E gang album, it was us 4, but obviously everybody is still H.O.M.E gang, right? So, but like in some people's minds around here that only saw us live, it's like H.O.M.E gang is that group of 3 or 4 people. But
yeah,
we know the reality is that it's like fucking 13, 14 people across the country, across some people even in the States, right?
yeah,
So when
exactly,
it comes to bringing in new people that are local here, um, they're sort of they can like they're part of the H.O.M.E gang community and the crew or whatever, and like we'll share their shit and we'll promote their shit, and there's like an understanding there. Most of it is ones that like Jacoby is one, for example, that
yeah,
has been
yeah,
fucking with us since he was younger, you know, and he's like one of our young ones kind of thing. So he's now just starting to make music. So like he was like, "Yo, can
yeah.
I put the H.O.M.E gang logo on my shit?" And I was like, "Yeah, you can put the H.O.M.E gang logo on your shit." And then he's been on stage with us, hopping around, being hype and shit like that. So you know what I mean? He's supported us and done like we let him do a song on stage and shit. So like, he's one of those ones. And then Nucci, we found just like last year, he got out of jail and started doing music, and we bumped into him at a show, and he like only had a couple people that he was doing music with, and I'm like, fuck yeah, like I'll work with you kind of thing. And then we made a couple songs together, and boom, that was it, you know. So he kind of reps the gang just for like we kind of inspired him, like, yeah, I'm gonna do music, you know, that's what I'm gonna do. So it's one of those types of situations where we kind of just we still continue to recruit people without actively recruiting people, you know.
I'm kind of like that too. Where like I love making music in the studio by myself, but like there's nothing like just being with like 3 or 4 or even 2 homies and just making a posse cut where you're just like everyone's feeding off
Yeah,
each other. Like I don't know. To me, that's like my favorite fucking
it
vibe.
is so much fun, man. It's so much fun. Yeah, it's hard when everybody gets older and then everybody's got different shit going on and different
Schedule,
lives. It's like, ah,
man.
fuck, man.
Oh shit,
Um,
baby mama's mad. I gotta get home and shit.
you know, there's so many of those. It's like, ah, man, we can't just do it like we used to do it, man. But it is what it is. You find ways. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah, and then once you be lighting up or gassing up, I'll be gassing up. Then the homies get inspired, like, "Yo, shit, there's waves. I want to hop on the wave." I'm like, "Fuck, let's hop aboard." Fuck, there's room for everybody on this boat.
Yeah, yeah. Well, hopefully, fucking, we can get to doing that at some point, man. We'll see if
Oh, we
these
still
help.
gotta do the EP, man. We talked about it for years. Fuck, I'm still down, bro. Anytime. I'm
Yeah, it
pretty much
really.
at the point I'm at right now. I tell all my homies, like, bro, I've just realized, like, even I obviously want to do more than 4 songs with you, but I'm like, shit, like, I'm like, any homie of mine, I'm like, shit, we got 4 songs together. Let's put a fucking cover on that bitch and drop an EP. Like, fuck it.
Yeah, man, I would love
Kind of what
to. Like,
I've been dropping a lot of songs featuring homies right now, but they're actually like gonna end up being like I got a project with Evan, a project with my homie Ivan, my brother Cody. He's killer. He's super. He's probably like the nicest out of all of us, but he's kind of been like he was kind of struggling with addictions and stuff like that back in the day. So he would, he'd come to the studio but be too drunk or whatever. Record. Not even I'm trying to put you on blast, Cody. My bad, but fuck, he's been sober. He's been sober for like 8 months right now, and
oh,
I've been
respect.
kind of
Shouts out
hard.
Cody.
Yeah, no, I've been going hard in the booth, and he's been coming out and just killing it. Like the point where I'm like, it's like wanting to, it's like making me want to be better. He's like trying to sing and do weird shit. I'm like, yo, I need to like try some weirdo shit too, and like
Yeah.
like shit, like do a different flow and blah blah blah. But yeah, so yeah, I got a project with him too, which is dope because he's like I don't know, I got like a weird upbringing. He's like my brother from another mother. I could kind of hard to explain, but I got a lot of pretty much I was like raised in a foster home, so I got a lot of siblings that aren't like my blood siblings, but like shit, you don't got to be blood to be my fucking brother or sister. It's still the same amount of love.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then yeah, I want to do a project with fuck pretty much like anybody. If I fuck with you, shit, like let's get fucked up, make 4 songs and put that shit out,
Yeah, well, let's start, bro. I mean, we just got one started today, so fuck. Let's just keep on rolling.
One too. So there's that one too. That one was so fucked up. That was like, dude, the only person I can think of on this one is you. Actually, there's one we got one with Cody too. That fucked up one where I actually like tried to sing.
Oh yeah. If you want to throw that on too, yeah.
Good, like shit, like my depressing emo song. It was like my Blink 182 shit.
Bro, I really actually love that song, man. That's a great. It is some Blink 182. It is good Blink 182 shit, man. That shit's fire, bro. And so Cody was the one on that. Yeah, that like his verse was beautiful on that shit, bro. Like absolutely heartstring fucking plucking, bro.
Like out of all the people I make music with, like when I make it with Cody, it sounds like it's like meant to be together because we were just like we grew up together. So like literally like we put on a beat. We never will be like, yo, what is this song about? We just write, and it just always like makes sense somehow. Like
yeah,
we're never like about this or this song's about that. It's just like no, let's just spit some shit. Usually ends up matching up because we're just being real with ourselves and are real with ourselves that's pretty similar with each other, so it just like ends up working out. Even with you, I'm like shit, it just like ends up working out. That's what I'm like shit, what's in that Niagara water? Like why is the shit like just work so well? Like I just
it really does, man. It really does.
It's that fucking Chuck fucking orchestrating the shit from the heavens,
honestly. That's exactly what it is, man. That's exactly what it is, man. Because I know that he got so much love over there, and he should have stayed over there, man. That's I think about it all the time. He should have just stayed out there, man, because he was good. He was good, but circumstances brought him back home, and shit happens, man. Shit happens.
I forget the name of the song. It's but on the end lit with the news clipping in the intro, that shit made me cry, bro. Straight up, I was like, fuck, I put that shit on repeat so many times. I was just like, oh man, that fucking hits you right there,
Dogs, yeah, thank you. A lot of people that knew Chuck were really affected by hearing that, and I had saved that news clip and where I was sitting on it for a long time. Like that's some heavy shit. Like I don't know what to even use that for, and I didn't really show it to anybody or like. It was hard. It was hard to even hear. But then that song had that intro that happened to be the perfect length, and I'm like, you know what? Like I'm gonna just throw that on there. It is what it is.
Who's the homie on the song? He's old school with it too. I forget his name. Who's the homie?
H.O.M.E, yeah.
He's old school too. I remember fucking him from back in the day. Man.
Yeah.
It's funny. I had him money hungry. We had a breadwinner. And then before I associated Breadman with H.O.M.E gang, we'd always be like, yo, who's this Breadman guy? Like, I'm supposed to be the bread guy. And then eventually I was like, shit, that's the homies,
That's hilarious. That's so funny. Yeah, fucking Breadman's starting to make some new music again, which is great. And then Coma's another one of those who like never will sit down and write his own songs, but if you need him for a 16, he'll fucking get it done within a week. You know what I mean? Especially if it's like some emotional shit like that. He loves to like write that type of, like you say, people would call it storytelling, but it's just like old school type of rap,
For sure.
Yeah, man. So fuck, how's shit? What's like well, I don't want to get into fucking I want to eventually ask about what COVID-19 life has been like out there, but I don't want to get into that quite yet, man, because that's just taken up so much of this podcast just because of the timeline it's run. I want to talk about East Van, and I want to talk about the block part, the block parties, and all
Let's
that
do
shit,
that.
man. I want to talk about the whole culture of East Van, and
Hey, man, you know
you
what it
are.
is. You know what it is.
That is you, right?
Give me 2 minutes. I'm gonna grab a drink. I'll be right back, bro.
Yeah, please.
Right back.
Yeah, man. So once again, this is episode number 8, Ezza Trips Balls. I'm not gonna edit this out. We're chilling. Go to canapost.co, shroomworld.ca, promo code H.O.M.E Gang, 10% off your first order. That's what's up. We're out here with my man Dizzy.
I'm back.
He's back. He's got East Van on his hat, and we're gonna get right into that subject because East Van has a culture of its own, and I love going there.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess like, I mean, I don't really think of it so crazy because I just grew up here, so it's just like this second nature to me. But
it's first
I think
nature.
what it is, or yeah, I guess first nature. But like, I don't know, like it's just like I guess like back in the day, not quite so much anymore because of the gentrification. But like growing up, it was like East Van was very middle class, and I guess like and whatever the hell is under middle class, I guess poor niggas or whatever it was. But based on that was a lot of community, a lot of different ethnicities, and just like, you know, like when I went to high school, it was like you know, like there were certain areas which were like more predominantly Asian, more predominant like Indo-Canadian or et cetera, but like at least where I went to high school, which was Templeton, just kind of off Commercial Drive, like shit, I'd just be smoking weed with the fucking sports kids, the lesbians, the drama kids, the gangsters. Like it didn't matter. It was just some East Van shit. But and then just like, you know, everyone just with their families being middle class and whatnot had that little bit of like struggle wanting to do more, or some people kind of got swept under and let shit get the best of them in terms of, you know, addiction or mental health or et cetera. But just with all of those things going on and being just aware of those things and different situations and people and cultures, it's just being a sponge. You just soak up a bunch of game from all that. And then, you know, as I get older and you know, just hustling and, you know, taking L's when taking W's, and eventually take a W, and you want to just kind of put on for the community. So it's kind of crazy because like I said, I was like, a lot of my love that I get is based off of like it's like based off like me rapping and blah blah blah, but it's more so just based off of like who I am in the community. That like even my clothes, like I just like make clothes and I don't have a website, and you just like pretty much can get them if you just like know me. But like,
Dog, I need some fucking clothes, bro. I need some fucking
I got
clothes,
you,
man.
I can just like drop a shirt and like the hood's just gonna support it no matter what. Like even to me that it boggles. I don't even understand why. But and it's trippy because with the music, it's like I kind of did it backwards, where like people like make the music and then create this like entity or crew or blah 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 to like, yo, this is my shit, fuck with it. Whereas like I'm like, yo, this like people fuck with my shit, but I haven't really gave them too much to fuck with. They just like fuck with me and whatever. And I'm kind of like a guy like Chuck too, where like I like putting people together that wouldn't necessarily like get together. So I'm like in my head, I'm like, yo, like this plus this would be dope. Like, and that would never really get connected without my suggestion or my input, or like, you know, we just like, or even like on that song that I sent you with that weird limoncello shit. It was like my homie Ivan sent me this weird ass beat, and I was like, fuck, who'd be like, I know I could just rap my ass off and just like kill the whole song, but I was like, fuck, who else would be weird as fuck on this shit? And I was like, yo, you would be dope on this, you know?
Yeah.
Like, doing weird stuff like that, like just like, I don't know, I got like pretty good like rapport in the community and the industry, I'd say. And even with doing the printing and the filming, is rapport with like behind the scenes people that I just like, you know, connect dots that wouldn't normally get connected. But and then going on to the block party is I wouldn't say it's annual because I kind of fucked up a couple years, but like I've done it about 5 times, like in the course of like I'd say 7 or 8 years. I've done it, I think 4 times, maybe 5 times, but yeah, it's just grow. You came the one time. I think you came to the third one, if I'm not mistaken.
2015 it was, and oh my god, bro, that's when it really hit me. Like I had been seeing you for a while, obviously, but that day it really hit me like what you are in that community and what your movement is in that community and how supportive the community is of what you do. It was like I still tell people I moved, like I brought a stack of H.O.M.E gang CDs there, and even when I'm at shows and shit here, like it's hard to even get people to take them for free. They're like, what am I supposed to do with this and shit,
Yeah.
like you're like, oh, give me a stack. All right, you fucking put them under the thing, and like the entire time I was like, you can give them out for free, like if people buy something, give them a CD or whatever. You're like, all right, cool. The whole day after that, I saw people walking around holding them, like just totally supporting, like holding them among other things. Like it's just like, holy fuck, like whatever you did, the people were there for, man. And it was like unbelievable to see. Like I knew it, but I didn't really have experience of it until I was there.
It was really dope this year, or not this year, last year, 2019. We did it really big. Actually, we went all out, man. And, it was really dope to see. Even like at the end of it, we like, because I typically just do DJs because there's like so much going on that like to have like a rapper or someone perform is just like too much going on to have like a consistent focus on somebody.
Yeah.
But I hired this band. It's like a marimba band at the end, and they're from the hood, Coup de Pure. They're really dope. They kind of do like, some busking and shit. But they got like these crazy xylophones and shit, and they set up in the middle of the street. We're doing their set, and I just like was like looking around. There's like a big circle forming around them, and I just like went to my partner, my homie Camilo, and I was like, bro, like I just started crying. I was like, dude, look at this shit that we did. Like I'm pretty humble, and I probably don't give myself enough credit, and I probably never will, but like, cause I don't really do things for that. But I like that. I was just like looking around, like so many different people, even like people you see in the neighborhood, but we don't maybe necessarily like say what up or fuck with, but like people I've seen for the past like 10 years growing up, just like, but like we were just all together. There's no beef. Like I was just like, damn, I just started crying, bro. I was like, dude, this shit's like, it's some beautiful ass shit. Like
man,
even it was kind of, I don't even really want to say this, but I'm going to say it because it was kind of crazy. But at the end of it, I was, because I try not to get too drunk till the end. And I know that finally shit was kind of simmering down. So like, all right, I'm gonna get loose right now, and fucking whatever. I popped a bean, right? I went to the corner, I popped a bean, and like this girl comes up to me and she's like, "Did you just do that?" I'm like, "What?" She's like, "Did you just pop a bean?" I'm like, "Yeah." And like no question, not a split second later, boom, slaps me in the face.
What?
And I was choked, right? I was like, "Yo, what the fuck? Like, why'd you just do that?"
Are you
She's
kidding me?
But then what she said like put me on so much game, and I've actually been like so aware of it since then. That she was like, "Yo, like like you put on this event, like we all look up to you so much that like it is what it is." But like just me seeing that after like just going through this whole event of pure good vibes, like kind of takes it away. That like I don't realize I'm like kind of like a public figure at this point.
Wow.
That like I gotta set good and better examples, or like just like not be popping beans so obviously at the side of the party, but like it is what it is. I'm gonna do my thing and get wavy. But I was like, yo, like I don't really think maybe you shouldn't have slapped me, but I see where you're coming from, and I was like, like it was love almost, right? Like that slap. I was like,
it was, but damn. I mean, that was nice of you to still listen to her after she slapped you, because she did have some real shit to say, that's for sure. But she definitely shouldn't have slapped you. That's not cool. But no, that is real shit. I mean, and good for you for seeing that.
I am like a guy out here. I do gotta like watch what I say. Even sometimes with the lyrics, I'm like, fuck, should I even say that? I'm like, is that like too fucked up? Like I had a line the other day, and I was like, I still said it because I don't give a fuck. But I was like, that one might be pushing it. That might be a little too much. But I like to make people laugh and fucking.
Yeah, well, you are pretty funny. Like, you're pretty funny with it, man. And that, but that's part of the reason why you changed your rap name as well, right? You wanted to set a different kind of example.
Uh, kind of. It was also mainly I think it was because I was doing more than just rap that I didn't want to have multiple names. Like this is my film name and this is my fucking.
Right.
So it's like one name that can encompass everything that I do. And like with the freelance thing, it kind of is like on brand for me that I like to encourage people to like just do things themselves and do
Yeah, it's
little
pretty perfect.
independent routes. So it kind of just like worked out in that sense too, of just like being on brand like that. But yeah, I kind of just wanted one name that I could still film under or still do this under. And this, I don't want to be like, yo, it's dysfunctional, aka this, aka that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I feel you. I feel you. That makes a lot of sense. And Freelance Flint's a good fucking name, man. It works for music. It works for your other hustles. It was great.
Yeah, I actually, before Freelance Flint, I was just using my last name, Flint Roy, and my uncle actually raps too, and he was like, "Yo, man, like, what the fuck? Like, you just took the name. You thought like that's just like,
You thought that that's just you?
yeah, like that's just you." I was just like, "Oh, fuck, I guess you're kind of right. Like, I just fucking."
That's pretty funny. Bro, I have to fucking ask you, and I don't know if this is like, and I've never asked you about this. I don't know if this is supposed to be a low key thing or what. But were you or did you? I've heard rumors that you are in some way, shape, or form involved, and this may be an open thing that just people outside of Vancouver don't know, but that you are involved in the now famous uh Jack Layton, Eazy-E, and Tupac mural.
Yeah, I think that might have been the year you were there. No,
It might have
maybe not.
been. I don't remember seeing that being done. It might have been before it. Like fuck, man, that
Honestly,
shit's
one of
legendary, bro.
my biggest regrets is I didn't get the guy to put a big Scrooge beside it. I didn't really think how crazy that mural was going to go. And I'm not going to say it was my idea, but shout out to Nick Gregson. I just like with our block parties, we always do like free food, free school supplies, like hire all the DJs in the hood to play, and then also like get the graffiti slash whatever, I don't know, mural artists or just artists are like, yo, hey, like they're at the store. It's called Shop Wrong where we usually have it. They make these hats. They do a lot of moving and they're just super dope guys. Shout out to Word. He's like the like fuck. Well, people think of me, he's like the guy I look up to. It's pretty much where I get like, yo, I'm not like trying to be like that guy, you know, like just like a guy in the community like him, but he's got a big like store and a big wall at the end. So he's like, yo, paint some shit. And you know, homie's like, yo, I got this idea. And I was like, dude, that's hard. Like, run it. And I was like, fuck. I will that. But by the end of it, I was like, man, I wish I got like a big Scrooge on there because that shit went viral. I was like, damn,
bro, man, that would have been fucking huge. And you know what, man? That just the fact that you can say that even you just put the okay on that is pretty
yeah,
huge.
no,
Like,
people are like still like what the fuck? I don't get it. But I mean, East Van's like a predominantly like NDP neighborhood, so
yeah,
it
man.
is. It was like, whoa, people are like, whoa, that's crazy.
Yeah, no, because I think I remember first seeing a picture of that before I went back out there. So it might have been one of the years before the year I went that actually got painted. But like, yeah, seeing that like all over the place, bro. Like, and it's yeah, exactly. This is one of those things where it's just like it like a lot of people would be like, I don't get it, but it's just like you have to know the culture of the neighborhood and the culture of the area to understand why that's hard as fuck. That would be anywhere in Vancouver because I remember around that time, like, yeah, everybody was super big Jack Layton supporters out there, you know, and like he was the motherfucking man, you know. So to put him next to two other West Coast icons, and that was before he died too. That was painted, right? Which is why I think now after he died, that became even more legendary because now it's three dead West Coast legends, and one of them is Jack Layton, dog. That shit's brilliant, bro.
Super tight. Yeah, man. It's just doing what we do, man. Fuck. It's crazy because like all the shit I do, or we do, or like because everyone I fuck with, I see the just believe in either their sound or what they do, or like if I fuck with you, I fuck with you, you know. And
Yeah.
like to when people like even like when people are like, yo, like I'm so proud of you, blah blah blah. Like I don't know how to even like accept those compliments because I'm just doing what I think I'm supposed to do. Like it's like I'm not like even think I'm doing anything extra or anything. I'm just doing what I do, you know.
But
Like
all the
it's like
fucking
it's like a dumb
all the
question.
best people say that, but all the most fucking exceptional people that do the dopest shit, that's their attitude, man. So you got the right motherfucking attitude, bro. Just keep doing you. Everything you do is iconic, man. You're a fucking legend, man. So I
You know,
mean, I know, hey,
four
you're
up
a
one
humble
from.
guy, and stay humble, and everybody loves you for that too. So, but
Dude, I love them too, and I love you, bro. Fuck, I love fuck. Honestly,
you
like,
too, man. I
there's
can't express it enough, man.
a lot of crews out there that like I associate and I show love with, but like I show love to those guys, but like H.O.M.E game, I'm like I'm like I rep that shit like I'm in it, like I'm H.O.M.E gang too, like it's
Oh, you
MH, so I'm
are, bro.
squad, but like it's like I rep the H.O.M.E gang, like it is what it is, you know.
Yeah, forever, dog.
Oh, haters.
All day, bro. You already know. You already know. It's a
Pour
fact.
one
So
out for the big homie Chuck right
yeah,
now.
man, you have to, bro.
My nigga Chuck, bro. Rest in peace, man.
Forever, man.
That's a big homie right
Hey,
there.
man. So we're about an hour, but real quick before we go, just a quick quarantine COVID-19 check-in, man. I haven't really talked to anybody from out west on this podcast yet. I don't know what things are like in BC compared to Ontario. Like, how locked down are you guys? What's the deal?
It was like kind of crazy like a week ago or like 2 weeks ago. Everyone was kind of in the panic mode and kind of, frenzy buying up the toilet paper and the fucking groceries and shit. But it's kind of easing up a little bit. Everyone's being pretty good in general, like, doing the hand sanding and the elbow daps and shit like that. But
Yeah.
like there's some spots like I did a cruise yesterday and I went by the beach and it was fucking packed and I was like, I don't know about all that. Y'all should be like, that's a little,
Really?
a little close or whatever. But I mean, even there's been a couple studio sessions where I'm like, man, there might be a few too many niggas in here. Like,
We might be cutting it close.
yeah, like, whatever. I mean, it's for the culture and it's for the sake of music and shit. But I was like, yeah, like 6 of us, maybe might be too many of us, but it is what it is. Man, we got to give the people what they want. They want the tunes, right?
Exactly. Yeah, no, out here is like, it's weird. Like there's still traffic and shit. Like, I don't know, man. People definitely are being good, and obviously everything is locked down, and I think people that don't have to work are staying home, but a lot of people still got to work. So
Yeah, Canada's doing a pretty good job in comparison to a lot
we
of
really
other.
are. We really are.
You gotta
So
show some. I mean, Trudeau's an idiot sometimes, but he did well. Like I'm glad he closed the fucking U.S. border when he did, because fuck, it's
yep.
fucked up. Even for you guys, because you're close to New York.
Oh my
It's super
God, it's
bad
scary,
there.
dog. Yeah, it's scary. I'm the longer they keep the border closed, the better, because yeah, we're right there, and like Quebec's really bad too. So like, I mean,
Yeah,
where I am is nowhere near Quebec, but just to say Ontario in general, we're right in between New York and Quebec, right? So it's like those. Oh shit, you're frozen.
just a heads up. My laptop. Am I frozen still?
No, you're good. You're good. You're good.
Yeah, I got 1% on my laptop. Just a heads up.
Oh shit. Well, I appreciate that. Well, that was a good little COVID check-in. I think we're good on all that talk. That's been a very positive conversation. So let's fucking end on that note. Big love, homie. The world needs people like you right now. The world needs examples like you, people that can do shit themselves and be creative. So much love, man.
You get on that freelance vibe, bro. Get it how you live.
Already, bro. Let me know where I could get some clothes, man. I'll fucking
Yeah,
pay whatever I gotta pay, dog.
bro, you ain't got to pay nothing, bro. I got you, bro. Fucking honestly, that H.O.M.E game CD from that block party is the only CD in my CD changer.
Oh shit, I'll send you some more CDs too, man.
Oh, I think my shit to die, so I'm gonna say peace out.
One love, bro. Much love. Thank you for coming on, dog. And that was Freelance Flint, man. Episode 8. Look up that motherfucker. He just dropped the new single Moments. I'm gonna look up his other singles right now. Moments just dropped on April 10th. He's also got Dead Faces, No Way Home, and My Word. All fire, of course. Wouldn't have it any other way. This has been Ezra Trips Balls. Find us everywhere. That's it, man. Peace.
About to take a plane to another plane, to another plane, to another plane, bumping Baka not nice while I'm trapping in the rain.